Hi guys, what we got here is a Winchester model 1897, and it's right over there, model 1897 Winchester, and it's generally in not bad shape. It's got a bad spot of rust over there and over there, and then it's kind of covered in just a brown oiled rust patina. The stock's all in one piece, also just very dirty and gunky and needs to be cleaned off. And same on the action there, brown. Okay, so the 1897 was introduced in 1897 by the Winchester Arms Company. It was designed by John Moses Browning in 1897. It was essentially an improvement of his 1893 design, and it was manufactured from 97 all the way through to 1957, and they made over 1 million of them. Made in 12 gauge and 16 gauge. This is a 12. It's a takedown, and the takedown was I think introduced in 12 gauge in 1898, somewhere there. And it's essentially the first commercially successful pump action shotgun. And what kind of stands out on it is that it's got this exposed hammer, that when you work the pump, that comes back, so you got to have your hand back, otherwise if you got a forward grip, it's going to take some skin off. And then the other thing that it has is it's got slam fire. So if I fire it and I hold the trigger in and I work the action back, as soon as that bolt goes into battery, the hammer will fall. And I'm doing it slowly to demonstrate. So if you hold the trigger back, you can just pump it. So the controls on this, there's no safety because the hammer is supposedly the safety. And when the hammer's forward, you can run the action. And it's all tight and gunked up. And when the hammer's back, the action's locked. You do have the action release button over there that you can press to unlock the action if you want to work the action with the hammer cocked. And it's like, I think if you're right-handed, you can get to it with your index finger. If you're left-handed, you're bound to slam that into the web of your hand. And then you got two buttons over there, and what they do is, if you watch that, you'll see those are the cartridge stops, and that's to unload the gun. So you just press that and it just empties the whole magazine, or whatever you got in the magazine will just shoot out. This gun was made in 1914, so this is 110 years old. Okay, to take the shotgun down, you got this pin on the magazine tube over there, and what you do is you push that pin all the way through to that side, and then you turn the pin all the way that way, and then you pull back on the pump handle, push it forward, and then this should just twist 90 degrees and then come apart. You got interrupted thread on the barrel and also on the magazine tube. Okay, so let's pull it apart for a conservation. Okay, we got two screws. We got one there and one there. The rest are pins, and get those two screws out. We should get the actual feed block out the bottom and the bolt out the back. Okay, that screw is stuck and it's stripping out. I'm gonna coil it overnight, get the stock off for now, and drill it out, easy it out, and get another one to go in there and get the stock off. Stock and butt plate screws were just full of gunk, but it cooperated. Got that out. Stock must come off now. All I'm doing, I'm using that surface on the edge of the table, and just let the weight of the action pull the stock off. I have to get that screw out because that screw holds that pin in. I can't really do anything. I can't get the rest of it out if that screw's not out. Okay, so I got that screw out. It's kind of all mangled. I'll remake it or find a new one. But with that screw out, this pin can come out. There's a groove in that pin. There's a groove in that pin right over there. And then that screw turns into that groove, and then that holds that that pin from coming out. And there's the lifter block, and the hammer's on that block. That just comes out the bottom. Next, get out that screw, and that screw goes all the way through the bottom of the bolt, and it holds in. So that holds in that air hook at the bottom. It goes in that orientation and slides in from behind, and the pin locates it through there, and then the thread is actually on the bolt at the back there. Now we should get the bolt out. Not the back. Okay, that pin holds in the trigger. Same pin holds in the trigger guard. Getting the barrel assembly apart, we got to get off this collar. Okay, so we got that off. You can slide the whole thing off the front of the barrel. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, got that out. Now there's a spring on there that you got to depress, and then you can pull this pin all the way out. It's got a little hook on it. And now the mag plug and mag spring should come out and go flying. And that's the mag plug comes in that orientation. It's got a little notch over there that slots into that half moon cutout. Mag spring. Now this should come off the front. So I'm going to undo that part. And so we get that off. Okay, that goes out there. Okay, that goes off the back. And there's a friction ring over there on the mag tube. Okay, got it all apart, and this just pulls off the pump handle, and this is incredibly thin and fragile. When it's in there, it's strong, but on its own, it's just going to break. And the friction ring can also slide off the back like that. Let's see what it comes out like.